Hello everyone, good morning. It is the morning, as you can see. I slept on my head and I'm going out for a walk later. I just thought I'd just jump on here and talk with you, sorry, about meditation. Because yeah, I think there are always different ways, and I mean we've all heard by now of meditation, and it became very popular, that is the word, popular, the last few I would say years, definitely the last few months, and yeah, and I mean I'm doing this video to just tell you or show you, or maybe I don't know, I mean it's to give you the opportunity that there's always more than one way of doing something. Like for me, I try to do those, like these common way, or the most common way of meditating, meaning sitting still, trying to calm my mind, letting thoughts pass and stuff. I did that like the first few times trying out to meditate, and it's actually not what I like, and that is totally fine. I think it is definitely, like, in generally a misconception, or in generally like not good to put something into books saying that there's only one right way of doing something, and for me that's also about meditation. So for me it wasn't the right way of meditating like that, because personality wise I'm actually a very calm and peaceful person inside, I would say. Like you know, you always have polarity, there's always like a polarity, like the law of polarity. So for me, I wouldn't need anything that is calming me more, but I would need something that is actually enhancing my curiosity and excitement, because that is what I feel like I'm on the outside. I hope you understand what I mean. So maybe the meditation of sitting still and trying to calm your mind is helping you if you're very like unrested on the inside, and feel like you actually need something to, like, in order to take a step back. And I feel there's actually a good like analogy with sports when it comes to meditating, or what you should like and generally do more of. And as I am someone that is quite calm on the inside, or at least most of the time, you know, I prefer to do sports that are very like yeah, I would say like quick and fast and endurance based, and where I get my heart rate up, and you know, something that's like very kind of strong, powerful in that sense, that I really feel my body and I really am excited about it, whereas someone who's maybe more like has somewhat more of a temper on the inside, meaning that if you're, for example, more someone that likes, I mean that not in a bad way at all, just as in over to make like a difference. If you're, for example, more someone that likes to argue, or is like easier like triggered, you know, again, I don't mean that in a bad way, just, you know, we all have different personalities, then you may, for example, like more sports that are calming, like swimming, or some ballet, like something really, or yoga. I mean, that is, you know, something that's bringing you down actually and calming you from the outside in. And so then maybe a like very slow meditation would be good, something that's like going for a walk. And actually that is maybe a good transition, because for me, going for a walk and just being in my thoughts, you know, and seeing the world around me, while still being in my own world, you know, that is actually meditation for me. For me, meditation is most of the time not actually sitting still. For me, it is more of connecting to my inner truth, to my high self, to earth, the universe. What else could I say? Like to find like guidance. I mean, I do meditate, whether it is like I would say for me meditation is, on one hand, yes, something that I do actively, but also something that I do not actively, like passively, in a way that when I let my thoughts go, when, for example, I always get the best ideas when I'm doing something, like for example when I cook or when I do sports, or you know, then my mind is somewhat calm and then I get the ideas and like guidance, and maybe I have mull over an idea before, a problem that I want to solve, and then a solution comes up and I don't seek it like yeah, actively. So yeah, maybe you find new ways of connecting to yourself more in specific ways, and you could like be aware and become conscious of what those ways are, and yeah, just try it out. What else could I say that makes more sense? I always do the same expressions, can you tell? Like yeah. And I think it is also important to do this on like every day. Like give yourself the time and be patient with yourself. Like for example, if people want to meditate and like get to know their inner self more, or their guide, or I don't know, maybe you like, I feel you know, I'm a spiritual person. Like I really believe in you know, looking within, accepting life as it comes, etc, etc. I could also have we could also do a video about spirituality, what I think of it, but I don't feel like it's the right time yet, so I'm just leaving it at this, at that. And yeah, but maybe you lost someone and you'd like to talk to them. You know, maybe you don't need to meditate in order for that. Maybe you just need to, I don't know, look out of the window and look into the sky and imagine them being there on a cloud and talk to them. That could also be your kind of meditation, you know. Yeah, so in order to center yourself, in order to feel calm, if you need to feel calm, in order to get yourself excited, because I mean, for me meditation is also about, like, as I said before, finding ideas and being like, oh yeah, I could do that, that would be exciting. And like now, I mean, I didn't meditate on it like actively doing this video, but the idea just jumped in my head, being like, oh, I should actually talk about this because maybe this will help someone. And yeah, so find ways of how you can connect to your inner self, and maybe you get answers, maybe you don't get answers yet, and maybe that is also an answer already, meaning that either you are not ready yet because you first have to maybe find your peace somewhere else, or change your life, or show yourself more love. I don't know, I mean, it's different for all of us. And yeah, tell me, I think that's what I want to say, that's all. Tell me how you meditate, if you have any ideas for people that haven't meditated that much, and do you agree with that it's like depending on how you are on the inside? And the same again with the sports analogy. Like for me, saying that there's only one right way of meditating would be as if you would say, well, there's only one real sport. I mean, some of you may say that, But for me personally, I love to have a variation in sports, as in with everything in life. Like I love how abundant we are in life, how many ways of appreciating life and everything we have. And oh, sorry, I hope you could see me. You see, I was just talking to you, being in the flow. So go with the flow, love you lots, and talk to you soon.